What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. You guys know what happened here. We just got the heroic trial. Now, there's something special I want to talk about, but I'm going to get to that here in just a minute. First things first, let's talk about the units in the exchange, because this is a real interesting situation. Normally, I give you guys like a recommendation, like pull the assist. They're all 3 assists. Okay, well, pull this assist, pull that assist. Guys, every single assist on here is very specialized for a very specific reason. I love Hermes. Hermes is my absolute #1 choice in this, only because he is such an amazing power creep for magic teams. But here's the deal. If you do not have a good magic team, you're wasting your efforts. So as much as I would love to recommend him first and foremost, he is 100% specific to magic teams. So if all like the best teams you got are all physical, he's worthless to you pretty much. Now he might be worthwhile later on down the road, but for at the moment, for like using your bond, pretty much worthless to me. Now, Hestia. I adore Hestia. I think she's got some absolutely stellar skills. But I want to be very, 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 very clear here. Hestia. Now, you know what? Let's go ahead and jump over the banners and just talk about them there. Okay? Hestia is super specific to Wargame. Okay? If you didn't know, at max level break, she does damage received, attack all, and single target down 20% and null 3 ailments. So basically, she's going to reduce all damage coming in 20%, whether it's single target or AoE. Why do I say that that's Wargame? Single targets are your counters. AoE are the main hits. And ailment. You never, ever, 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 ever deal with ailment outside of 7th zone and then Wargame. Pretty much that's the only time you're worried about ailment. Other than that, you've got 1 ailment and you know how to basically counteract that. So it's super simple. But in Wargame, you can have ailments thrown at you left, right, and center. So Hestia is 100% Wargame. But a lot of people probably, there's a lot of people out there that like, they choose Wargame or they choose Record Buster. If you're a Record Buster main, then basically Hestia's kind of useless, like she's not going to do much for you. That brings me to Hephaestus. All around a well-rounded unit, a fantastic unit, and another really awesome power creep. From a defensive point, she is physical and magic resist, plus 20% to all allies, and self 5 instant effect when attacked, strength and magic down 40% on that foe that's attacking. No. Is that say on foe or foes? Foes. So basically, when she's attacked, that effect takes place. All foes get a 40% debuff. Now this will happen +5. That means it's gonna happen for 5 turns. So it says once per turn because it'd be pointless to do it multiple turns. Basically, you have that for pretty much 5 turns. 5 turns when this unit is attacked. This is great for Wargame. This actually isn't even bad for Record Buster, but I'm going to be honest. In most situations with like Record Buster and your, like let's say the EX missions and things like that. EX missions, most people will probably be using something like this. That's really good for that. I mean, she's just the most well-rounded. But a Record Buster, you're probably honestly going to, more than often than not, find yourself using offensive assists. So Hephaestus is good. Hephaestus is very well-rounded. Probably the top pick for the vast majority of people. But if you're Wargames main, Hestia, and if you're building crazy magic teams, 100% you have to have Hermes. So know your choices, know your options. This is a hard one. I can't really like give you one blanket advisement that covers everybody. Now, as far as fighting this event goes, this is, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Okay? So, here's the team that I'm using, and you'll notice that I actually took Riveria off of my generic, 4-star water team, and that's simply because, we don't need the SA Gauge charge. We're going to get SA Gauge basically on turn 3 as it is, so we're not really worried about it. That's where we want it. That's where we need it. Let's just go ahead and jump in and see basically how badly we thrash this. Now, everybody's basically going to do their general buff stack. Lena is going to give 33% of SA charge. Now, she's actually a bad fit right now for this team, with the exception that she does do some buffing on the counter and critical rates. That is going to be kind of nice. I honestly should have someone on here that buffs, like I should have maybe Aphrodite, who buffs AoE attacks, and then have, what is it? Is it Wealth or Bet or one of those? That I think is Bet, actually, that buffs single target. So that would be a better build here, but I'm going to kind of go with a lazy build that basically I've had sitting around for a while. So I'm going to throw Winnie over here. Winnie does 20% single and AoE, and everyone else is just going to do their general buff stack once again. Now, on turn 3, it gets interesting, and it gets kind of real. So, notice we are already absolutely wearing Vesta down. She is just about gone. Now, before Vesta's gone, let me mention this. This Vesta sprite might kind of signify... I mean, I know we've had Vesta sprites in here before. This is not the first Vesta sprite we've had. This kind of alludes to me. This is kind of like that subtle hint that the Vesta banner is coming. Guys, we've talked about this. A week from today, they're going to be dropping a new special story. And when they did that last year, they dropped a 3rd banner on us. So you want to be prepared. I'm just going to throw this out there now because it is very, very, very important to discuss. You need to be prepared for a potential 3rd Part 3 4th anniversary banner. That is a mouthful, but believe me, last year they dropped a villain banner on us. We have not had a single villain in any one of the banners that we've gotten thus far. You need to be prepared. I suspect this is a hint. Now, getting back into the fight, I'm just going to have Haruhime do Dawn Wind. That's basically going to give everybody HP regen. In fact, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and have her do Blowing Wind. That's just going to do more buff replication, and it's a super class attack. She doesn't really have any buffs. I could buff her strength and magic doing her SA, but instead, I'm gonna do the big buff here with Bell, because Bell's gonna get a really awesome attack off, and he's gonna buff the water attack damage of both Mikoto, Aisha, and, well, he actually won't buff himself. You know what? Actually, I take the back. I'm going to do single target. Let me explain why I'm going to change this up a little bit. So he's going to do 80% more per each target's physical reduction skill. So we've went ahead and we've got physical reduction here. We've got physical resist down 40%, and we've got physical resist down 25% on the assist side. That's going to become a 160% buff with whatever stats he has. So actually, I think that's going to be better there. That's a great single target skill. Aisha, same thing. Per water attack damage buff. So every water attack damage buff on her, in other words, her water attack damage buff and the buff that her assist gives her, is going to take her up to 160%. She's going to hit like an absolute truck. Okay? So notice she has 15% there from the assist. She's got water attribute 50% there. She's going to be awesome. So those 2 hits are going to be insane. Mikoto, on the other hand, is an absolute monster. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep her on that one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do Haruhime's SA. That's gonna give everybody 120% strength and magic. That's gonna buff everybody out. I would love to have Mikoto's SA, but if I'm honest here, I kind of feel like between counters, between all these attacks, I think this is going to be an easy turn 3 kill. And it is. Hilarious. So there you go. You could build a skill flow really quickly, really easily with this team for a turn 3 kill. And I want to emphasize, that is how nuts, absolutely nuts, that this water team is. We just did a Heroic Trial EX mission with a turn 3 kill, and we can then just go in there and replicate it. Now, to be fair, the wise option would be to use skip tickets. But I'm out of my daily skip tickets, so that's really like more of an errand for tomorrow. But don't forget, you can always use skip tickets to farm this up. And we get a daily orb to run this. So while I did unlock this about a half hour ago to run this event, the little purple orbs over there, I'm going to get one more to basically tonight, a reset at 4 a.m. So I can go in here tomorrow with my 15 skip tickets and then just go get my medals. So farm wisely, farm intelligently, use all the skills at your disposal. And if you got the new units, go wreck this out. Easy. What are the conditions even for an S clear? Let's go back here. Complete the quest without losing a member and within 9 turns. I would say we violated that goal there. So there you go, guys. Go murder this event. Like, comment, share all the good stuff. Catch you on the next one.